I just wanted to come on and go ahead and show some of my favorite Beauty Counter products, and I know there's a lot of talk about the Flawless in 5, so that will all be included in this, plus a couple extra goodies that I like to use. And I finally have gotten a hold of the new Skin Twin foundation, and this stuff is already, I can tell, gonna be one of my favorites. I've swatched it a couple times, played with it, but I haven't put it on my face yet, so you'll also see a first impression of that. And then what I'm gonna do is wear it for a little while and then update with like a wear test, because it's supposed to be elongated wear as well, which I've heard no one has had any problems with it. They've worn it working out all day. A lot of moms obviously got that wear and tear test going on, which you can trust because moms are always running all over the place. So I have a couple of my favorite things. We'll go ahead and start with that first, of course. What I'm gonna do first though, like I said, I'm gonna add on a little bit. This is not part of the Flawless in 5, but this is the Brightening Vitamin C Mist. You can do it over or under makeup for a little bit more of a dewy look. And I already washed my face, did all my steps, so I have a little bit of a natural glow going on with my serum and moisturizer. So that's on, just to let you know, because of course your makeup's only as good as your skin underneath. So that's just a little thing to remember. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet my beauty blender, which you don't have to use an application tool. One of the things I really liked about this is that it says you can apply with fingertips, and I have seen it applied with fingertips. I can point you in the directions of some people's pages that have application videos with fingers. It's like a non-streaky application and super user-friendly if you're not somebody who is wanting to use a bunch of different products and you just have five minutes, whatever it may be. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this how I would normally apply any foundation. I'm gonna start with one pump. You can see the consistency. Now, what's special about this foundation is that it's formulated with a potent amount of hyaluronic acid. So it's mostly like skincare, but it's makeup. So really wonderful concept. You don't have to worry about it clogging your pores, non-comedogenic. If you're somebody who wears a lot of makeup or doesn't wear makeup at all, you could love this because it's buildable as well. You can already see it's got a nice luminosity to it. And it feels really hydrating too, so I like that about this, because just a little bit about my skin type, I have eczema and dry skin, so I never want a foundation that says it's mattifying or oil absorbing. If I want something a little bit more matte, like in the T-zone, or if I ever want to set my under eyes, I'm gonna use a powder for that. So, but anyway, you can see this foundation already, super natural, wonderful color match for me, and I'm in Tan 410. If you're wondering what shade I chose, I'm gonna add a little bit more, like half a pump more. I don't need crazy coverage, but just in areas that I know it could use a little bit more. But we'll move along. This is part of the Flawless in 5, as is the foundation. So if you do the Flawless in 5, this is one of the first two products. So this is one of my favorite products. This concealer, of course, is not only free of any toxins, super easy to apply, lasts a long time. I literally got this pin, I want to say when I started using all this was, we'll just say around August, because I know Eason was a couple months old and he was born in June. But anyway, a little bit goes a long way. I'm using the shade Medium 1 if you need reference. One of my tips is always to go ahead and put it in your eye up top too, the eyelid area, and don't forget the corner. And with this, I have found just doing like your ring finger for blending it in works best, because the warmth of your skin is gonna blend that in best. It doesn't crease, which I know, or if you don't know, I do have a past with makeup knowledge. I used to work and do people's makeup for events and stuff, so I know about caking and creasing, and this does not have that, and I would let y'all know, because if it did, of course, I'd be like, here's a tip to eliminate that or make sure it does not be an issue for you. But anyway, you can see how fast that blended out. Beautiful. I look already brighter and awake. You can, of course, put that if you have any other. I just put like excess. I have a little bit of redness around the nose. Right now my skin's looking pretty good because I'm not having any hormonal breakouts or anything like that. Haven't been in the sun. I don't think many of us have been tanning on the beach or anything these days, but if you were, that would help kind of color up some of that. So already you can see if I was just wanting to do foundation and concealer, super bright look. Love the feel of it. Doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. Doesn't feel heavy, and I know it's not going to be harming my pores or anything like that. So moving along, I actually just got this. It is the Bronze Glow highlighting stick. I don't have any thoughts on it yet because it's gonna be my first time using it. Like I said, some of these are new products to me. Others are year-long favorites, like the concealer. But this was recommended to me, so we're gonna go ahead. And with bronzing, you start just a tip if you didn't know, the tip of your ear down to about the little bit of your jawline. And now I'm not necessarily contouring, you can call it what you want, but I'm just gonna bronze up the skin a little bit, so you would typically put that just where the sun's gonna hit you. So like your temples, right there. I'm not even gonna attempt any kind of like nose contour, but there are tricks for that too. If you wanna put some on your lower jaw, I know a lot of people like that. If you want a little bit of a chiseled jaw, and with that, I'm gonna use the Beauty Blender, but I'm sure this would blend out fine with your fingers as well. It's not a harsh product, blends out beautifully. It has a little bit of luminosity in it, like a shimmer. If you want a swatch on the hand, I can do that, or you can just shoot me a message, but you can see it blends out perfectly and you still have that little bit of bronze glow. So you don't have to worry about messing up. It's not gonna take off. It's just gonna add to what you have on your face already. I'm gonna blend this out as well. So this is really quick. This is not something that you have to take a long time. If I wasn't talking through the steps, this could be a quick process if you don't have much time, if you have kids, college student, work, whatever it may be. Then I'm gonna go into the blush here. The shade I'm using is Nectar. This does come in the Flawless 5, and this is one that I have had for a year. So I know this is one of my favorites. I know that it wears well. I know that it's a perfect match for my skin. Hasn't broken me out, I can tell you that. And it's a really good complement to a variety of skin tones. So that was very quick. You can see, livened up the look. I could be fine right now if I wanted to be. Next thing that's included in the Flawless 5 and that I've been using for a year is the brow gel. So these products, they last. They're great quality, of course clean. I wasn't really gonna touch on why you want to switch to clean beauty. I'll let you kind of be the judge of that from my information on my page. I just wanted this to be solely about makeup, but you can see this definitely gives you a little bit more of that look. It gives you a little bit more control over what your brows are doing. I like a fuller brow, so if I ever transition and have the time to be able to actually fill them in, Beauty Counter does have an amazing brow pencil, but for the sake of today's video, I'm just going to use this. Feel and I have a little hole there. I like them a little feathery, so I'm gonna go a little bit more heavy-handed towards the front there, and you can already see the difference. For me, brows are important, so got that. Then we can go on to mascara. This is really quick. Or not mascara, I'm sorry, we're gonna go to eyes. So I'm gonna go back to the bronzing stick. This is definitely multi-purpose. And I'm gonna use just like, you could use your finger if you wanted. I'm gonna use a brush, get a little bit, because I don't want my finger to mess up anything. Get that. And I typically would use my bronzer anyway in the crease just to give your eyes a little bit more definition and shape. So you can already see that looks a lot better. But yeah, just the crease. Super quick, super easy. If you want to create that little cat eye shape in the corner, go for it. But I'm just gonna continue to do something easy and quick for you guys. And then I'm also gonna go back in the blush and use just my finger to add a little bit more color. You can see that's a beautiful color there, just a little bit more on the lid. And now we'll go ahead and do the lashes. I normally don't curl my lashes too much. If I have the time, I will. But we'll just go ahead and give them a quick curl on each side. And Beauty Counter has two different mascara choices, which do come in the Flawless 5. You can do the volumizing or you can do the lengthening. I have the volumizing because I feel like I have pretty long lashes. They're just, they don't want to cooperate with curling now, so I went more for like the volumizing look just so I would know. And A tip for this, for sure, if you're already into makeup, you already know how to do your mascara, but I like to do one eye, let it sit, kind of dry, and thicken up on there, and then go back to the other. That way you get the most out of the tube. Like I said, this is also one that I've gotten months ago and I'm still using it. Most of the products last a year, so you're getting your money's worth out of these products. But I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the other side. And this does not smudge. That's like one of my pet peeves, is a lot of mascaras I use, they end up coming down on my under eye by the end of the day, making you not only look more tired than when you started, because everyone knows mascara is one tool to make you look a lot more awake and brighten up your eyes quickly. But there you go, you can see this is just a couple coats. If I were to spend a little bit more time on it, the trick of using the blow dryer with your curling wand, that will definitely give you more of that effect. But super quick, super simple. And then last but not least, this is also included in the Fall Listen 5. This is the Rosewood Lip Gloss. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on. Not sticky, but you still get that shine. This is one of my favorite shades. They actually have a trio, so it's a lot of people's favorite shades, but there we go. Super quick. This whole video took me less than 15 minutes. It could take you half, if not even less than that time if you're not talking through. Yeah, so just to keep that in mind, again, you get 5 products in that Fall Listen 5. Your whole face, basically. Everything you would need. And then just the little add-ons that I used were the Dew Mist, the Vitamin C Brightening, and then the bronzer stick. So I didn't do highlight today because I pretty much already have that going on. It's hot here in Georgia. You get that natural glow. But yeah, feel free to shoot me a message if you have any questions about any of these things. I will be updating about the longevity of this, but I can already tell, I mean, super amazing formula. It's gonna be hydrating, and I can tell I'm gonna love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed.